I want to play you a clip filmed by a mom who took her two black daughters to Sesame Place children's theme park in Philadelphia. It's been viewed nearly 600,000 times, and it appears to show a performer dressed as the Sesame Street character Rosita, show's first bilingual puppet, ignoring two little black girls. Considering Sesame Street was originally created for the educational benefit of young black kids, that clip, of course, has gone viral and caused an uproar. In response, Sesame Place put out a statement apologizing for the incident, but denying the performer had malicious intent, saying, quote, "The costumes worn sometimes make it difficult to see at lower levels, and sometimes performers miss hug requests." But that statement did very little to quell the controversy, especially as more videos began to surface all across social media, including this one from my next guest, showing the same character walking past, just coincidentally, another black child. And to be clear, we don't know if the same person is portraying this character in all of these videos in the costume. But still, you can't help but feel bad for these little kids who are just intentionally or not being ignored. And Sesame Place followed up with a second statement, this time committing to conducting training for employees so they, quote, "better understand, recognize, and deliver an inclusive, equitable, and entertaining experience to guests." And joining me now are two parents, Lauren and Rodney Willie. They filmed the second clip you saw there showing their daughter being ignored by the Rosita character. And Lauren, thank you so much for being here. Actually, both of you, thank you so much for being here.
No problem.
Thank you for having us.
And Lauren, I'll start with you. Help us understand what happened when you visited Sesame Place earlier this month. Take us through what we see here on this video.
So we'd been at the park pretty much all day, and we were trying to take our daughter to see as many of the characters as possible. They list the times people are going to be at different places early in the day when the park opens at about 10. And we were trying to get to Rosita, and we saw her walking. We know that they have to get to different locations. So, we're trying to be understanding of schedule and so forth, but she kind of just waved Lola off, and we didn't really want to make much of it, but then she stopped a few paces away and greeted another child. So in that moment, we were faced with the choice. Do we say something and then be remembered for having an exchange with Rosita, or do we distract our child and try to, make the best of the moment? So we chose the latter. And then a few weeks later, when we saw the first video, days later, when we saw Paige's video up, we were like, wow, maybe this isn't a coincidence. And then the next morning, we saw two more. We were like, okay, well, you know what? We need to put ours out here also, just in case people are trying to dismiss what the first mother was saying. Because that one child could be, okay, it's an accident, but 4 videos of 6 kids with the same character looks like a pattern.
One of the things this story also makes me think about, as a child, there's a lot of things that happen to you, and, you're often, adults will do the thing. Well, was the thing that happened that made the kid feel bad, did the person intend to make the kid feel bad or not? And I'm like, but the kid feels bad. Rodney, how did this make your daughter feel in this moment? She's very young, but does she have any awareness of what happened here, that she was being ignored in that moment?
This was the day before her 4th birthday. And I think that in the moment, she was a little upset that Rosita didn't stop for her. But, there's a lot going on in Sesame Place. She's having a good time. We just, like we said, we ignored it. We kind of wanted to just get her to the next destination so she wouldn't feel too bad. She didn't notice that after Rosita hadn't stopped for her, that Rosita then stopped for another child for at least 3 minutes and stopped and took pictures. And this wasn't on Rosita's route to where she was going. She deliberately stopped for this other kid, a little white child. So, Lola's not thinking about that the way that we are. But at the moment, this is one of her favorite characters. It's a character of inclusivity. And she felt bad for a sec,
And Lauren, what more do you want to see from Sesame Place as a response? Their response, which we read, the statement, focused on the intent, not really the impact do you think that they should consider the impact on your child, but the other children who were ignored here, and try to implement policies to prevent this from ever happening? I mean, maybe that's screening the people that they're hiring in a different way. I don't know. But what do you think?
So we've noticed that there's a lot of outrage, rightfully so, around these videos. But then what? What's the next step after the outrage, right? People are calling for the boycott of Sesame Street and all these other things. And one of the important things that we've been saying to people is that Sesame Street, which is operated by the Sesame Workshop, is not in charge of Sesame Place, and so it doesn't help to go over there to Sesame Street and say these things. What we want is for Sesame Place to do the things that they said they're going to do in their second statement, which is to have better training, to have more inclusivity in mind for their staff. And that would help significantly, because then you wouldn't have this deluge of videos that are coming out where people in the costume are behaving inappropriately and not aligning themselves with the character that they're supposed to be portraying.
Yeah, more monitoring of those character actors, more accountability for those character actors. They once they put on that costume, they have to portray the whatever Sesame Street's characters embody.
Right.
So you no longer can go by what you want to do. You have to be that character, and that's the friendliest place on earth, right? Is Sesame Street. And you have to, make these children feel happy and special, because that's what we're there for.
Rodney, one of the things also, too, is I really think this particular example is a good example of everyday racism, the way in which harmful things can happen, but you can't necessarily prove it. Like, I don't know what's in that particular person's heart deep down. But is that really the point here, when your daughter is the one being ignored and feels bad about it? And we want to avoid that consequence. Do you feel like we need to talk more about these everyday examples of racism that are impacting kids, throughout generations? I have so many examples like this, but, overt racism maybe has happened 3 times in my life.
Yeah, in a vacuum, I think our clip can be looked at any many multitude of ways. But once you see that there's a pattern here, you do need to speak out about it. We didn't decide to put up our video because we thought that it was inherently racist, until we saw the other videos and there's a problem here, and it needs to be addressed.
From the moment that the character steps out until they're no longer in the line of vision, they have to be that character. They have to represent that, because you never know when somebody's watching. We were talking this morning. Who knows what it looks like over there today? You have to always, if she's Rosita from the moment she sets foot where everybody can see you to the moment she's backstage, or he's backstage, or they're backstage. And, they just have to make sure that they do that.
Yeah.
Lauren and Rodney Willie, thank you so much for being here. It's a really important conversation. And as a former little black girl, it makes me sad to see these videos, because I know that these kinds of little moments, they stay with you as you grow up, and they compound over time. But if you have great parents like the two of you, you're much better able to handle and navigate. Thank you again for being here.